Tonight's show is brought to you by
Muso's Corner.
Hi guys, and welcome back for another edition of the Nighttime. Welcome, Big Andy.
G'day, mate. How are you tonight?
Good, mate. Jono.
Howdy, how are you all doing?
And Brendan.
Yeah, dude. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, another win this week, guys. How was the weekend for you guys?
Yeah, good. Good. 4 wins in a row now, 6 from 8. 7 of our last 11, I think. So, yeah, good.
Yeah, looking good for the finals.
Yeah,
The following segment brought to you by Steak and Chops.
I guess even if you're not a football fan, the amount of football that's happening, the quality of it, no matter even if you're not a Knights fan, you're watching other games. It's been pretty exciting.
Yeah,
that was it. The Rabbitohs and no, the Penrith. Who was it? Penrith and who was it?
Yeah,
Rabbitohs.
Yeah, I was right. See, I actually enjoyed that game, and don't tell crazy lady, but yeah, it was actually a pretty good game.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it was a good game. There's been some quality football. You can tell it's coming up the finals. Teams are starting to get a bit of a roll on and that.
Yeah, it's amped up a lot. So, no, we'll get to that later, obviously.
Yeah,
that's right.
But out of that game, but we'll get to that.
As you know, Andy, finals is a whole different game.
Yeah, definitely.
So
just around the corner, but so looking forward to it.
Yeah, a big week in league this week. It's happening. Tonight's show will also announce the winner of our junior league competition.
Yeah,
Good
beautiful.
stuff.
Yes, and all the wrap up of this week's league news and things to come.
Yep, should be a good show.
So strap in and we'll take a quick short break and we'll be back and get into the show. All right, welcome back to Nighttime. Let's start it off, guys, and get in with crew review.
Yeah, good win for the Knights.
Yeah, that was, I suppose you could say a bit of a scrappy win, but 2 points nevertheless. And but teams seem to play, like if they play a lesser team, sometimes they go down to that level, and if they play, sometimes they do. And then if you come up against someone like Souths or something, you step up as well, but. They've got to play a bit of consistent footy. Yeah,
that's it. I think the Knights were a much better team on the weekend. They probably could have put some more points on. Probably last tackle options probably weren't the best on occasion in their danger area. But we had 56% of the ball and completed at 84%, 37 of 44. So it's not they're not bad statistics. Scored 22 points. Probably would have liked to have seen a couple more. And the Doggies probably scored a couple of lucky tries that kept them in the game when they may not have necessarily deserved to be. So
yeah, but they also had to. Sorry, Jono.
I was just going to say something a bit alarming was for me that I call it the red zone. Like from the 20-meter line to their goal line, their attacking wasn't up to par. Like they kept on having like pretty bad fifth tackle options, and I'm more looking towards the finals. That's a bit concerning, like heading towards the finals if they do make it, because if it's like the top tier teams or like maybe even a Parramatta, they're just gonna destroy it. So. What I sort of took from the game. It was all right against the Dogs, but when you get against these good teams in the playoffs, it's going to be a bit more trickier.
Well, hopefully, like when we come up against some of the better named teams, we lift to their level. And in saying that too, the more time that Pearce gets with Clifford, and Ponga and the likes, hopefully more of a combination will form.
Yeah, that's true. So, but one thing that has been good the last couple of months, I think, has been our defence. That's been a lot better than what it was earlier in the year. So that's something you need to build your team around is your defence. So that's half the battle, I know, but yeah, we're slowly getting there, I think. So
I think you hit the nail on the head with the defence, because as I mentioned last week and the week before, it felt like the defence was what was letting them down. They a couple of times there, they've been so much in front, and then it's just the defence is lacked, and then it's allowed the other team to get up the scoreboard. Pretty much like what Jono was just saying then too. They've they've got to lift their game now because the doggies, aren't they on near the bottom of the ladder? From what I understand.
They're getting a spoon.
Yeah. So, like Jono said, I think they've got to take it to a whole new level if they want to have a chance to get in further up that ladder, because these teams now are all, pretty big teams.
Yeah,
they're the ones you got.
The doggies are always a team that play well against us. It doesn't matter where they are on the ladder. So it was a danger game for us on the weekend. So they've done. Yeah, we've got to give them credit where it's due. They got the win, so that's all we can ask. And yeah, hopefully we've got a fortnight to get things right before the finals kick off, if we're lucky enough to make it. So
I think we should be able to make it. We just need to make sure we handle business either against the Titans or Broncos. But
I'm still a bit worried about it. We've got the Titans this weekend, which is a tough game. They'll be right up for it, the Titans, and then if we're relying on beating the Broncos in the last game,
you can't do that.
Broncos aren't playing that bad, so
no,
we need to be on our game.
And as you know too, that the teams that aren't going to make the finals, they're going to be out to pull the pants down of some of the teams that are trying to make it. They got nothing to lose.
There's a lot of that going on this year, I've noticed. Pants coming down.
Yeah, well, so also. Yeah, but there's been a bit of news around quite a few times this week, and even Mitchell Pearce. Rumours that he may be open to offers from other clubs. I mean, there's a lot of clubs sniffing for him.
Yeah, that comes up all the time,
but they're just
Mitchell Pearce and David Clemmer, they're two players. It just seems to be rumours all the time, but they come out and they deny it, and you never hear any more about it. So I hope he does.
Saying that,
the timing with what happened with Connor Watson and Josh King, was it?
Josh King, yep.
Yeah, the difference is Mitchell Pearce is
getting good at this. Year.
But that just shows that they are quality players. If clubs are chasing, but back off. We've lost enough. Back off. Look elsewhere.
Yeah, the difference is they were off contract. Both of them didn't have contracts for next year, whereas Mitchell Pearce is contracted to the Knights next year. So,
is he contracted next year?
Yeah, he's
one more year,
for another year. So the Knights would have to release him. I can't see the Knights releasing Mitchell Pearce.
No,
they'd be crazy. They'd be crazy.
And especially if we've got to pay some of his contract.
Yeah, we wouldn't be doing that.
Speaking of contracts, I heard on the radio the other day there's clauses in Kalen Ponga's contract, something to do with winning a premiership or winning 2 premierships, or some clauses in there. Do you know anything about that?
He has to win one.
He has to win one.
If not
there is.
I'll go 3.
It's always like incentives like that, isn't there, in contracts?
Yeah, 100%.
But and obviously other news too. Josh King's depart the Storm after we did last week's show. That come about.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
So I wish him well. He hasn't been that bad this year, Kingy. So
no.
I wish him well at the Storm. He'll be one of those players that'll kick on there and he'll have a good year.
That's right. Year. And to Josh's credit, Bellamy chased him quite a few times to get him. So obviously Bellyache can see some potential in Josh. So Kingy never wanted to leave, but Bellyache kept chasing him and that. So
Tim Glasby, I think, is in charge of their recruitment down there now too. So he's got that.
That'll be a big influence. Good on him. Oh yeah, we wish Kingy all the best. So just don't play that good against us.
That's right.
And NRL is set to expand with another team, making it 17 teams. Redcliffe Dolphins, Brisbane Jets, or the Brisbane Firehawks.
Yeah.
One of those 3 teams.
Don't like it. It's a odd number.
Nah, but personally, I think we've got the Titans, we've got the Cowboys, we've got the Broncos. We needed to send a team to Western Australia.
I knew you were going to say that, and I agree with you.
I agree, or even Adelaide.
Yeah, that was the other option. Yeah.
Bring back the Western
It's NRL, like you said once before, Dino. It's the NRL, so like National Rugby League.
Yeah, that said, I think the Dolphins have $100 million in the bank, and is it the Firebirds or the Firebrands, whatever they're called? They've got about 80 million. So there's big money. Firehawks, there's big money there to get them in the league. So I don't know the Western Australian or South Australian syndicates have that sort of funding behind them. So
I did hear North Sydney were keen to get on board with Western Australia.
Yeah.
Something to do with that. So, I mean, I'd love to see them back, and so would KOBASHI boys.
Oh, 100%, it'd be good. But
But like with this all the expansion teams and all that, isn't that just going to dilute the product because there's only like so many good halfbacks, there's only so many good fullbacks, so many good hookers.
But in saying that too, there's a lot of junior out there, so it might open the door for a lot of younger players coming through. But I get what you're saying too. You know, you don't want a club without any talent, but yeah, they reckon up there in Brisbane there's a lot of junior nursery, so time will tell.
Yeah, you made me aware of it last week or something like that. We talked about how just even in the Knights alone, there's so many jack of all trades that can work in so many different positions and do a good job in it. That, you know, so as you said, is there enough halfbacks? You know, there might be somebody who wants to give another position and you go in a different team. You know, sometimes they blossom, like you've said too, Dean, that sometimes with the right coach, certain players will blossom where they might have felt a bit stagnant in a different team.
Yeah, that's right. But if it's any of those three teams, I say give the Dolphins a crack because we played their stadium there a couple of weeks ago too, and I was impressed with what I've seen. A lot of the players, Connor Watson and Kalen Ponga were impressed. So, I'd probably say give them let them have a crack. And also, while we're talking of Queensland, the grand final is set to be played at Suncorp Stadium officially.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, we knew it was going to be there, unfortunately, with COVID, but they've had a fair run with the luck of the league this year, haven't they?
They have, but yeah.
Oh, it's bound to happen because what's happening here in New South Wales, Victoria's not doing great. So, but at least we get a grand final.
Exactly right, mate. But hey, would be spewing if we actually did get there, eh?
Well, everyone loves an underdog story, and that's why I think the 97 grand final was, you know, people write us off, and then sometimes we just pull it out. So, could end up having it again.
That's right.
You got to be in it to win it.
That's exactly
right.
We've got
to get ourselves in the top 8 and then give it a crack. So,
yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah, 100%.
Have some faith.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty busy. There's a few controversies too with a few players. Adam Elliott in a bit of controversy with one of the women in league, women's girls from the women's comp. Yeah. Apparently kissing in the toilets.
I just don't understand how stupid you can be. Like, you know, you're on these COVID restrictions. You're not supposed to be mingling with other people. It just blows my mind, to be honest.
Well, see, I was always told that if you didn't want to get caught, you do it behind the toilets. You know, like in high school.
Yeah, that's at school, mate.
Yeah.
not when you're a big boy out of the club or out of the restaurant or whatever it was. So,
But
interesting times, but
yeah. Well, he's out for the season. He won't play another game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I just throw it out there, Bart? I know he's a bit of a serial repeat offender, but kissing a girl in the toilets, is it really, in the scheme of things, that bad?
No.
If he was taking cocaine in there or doing something stupid on a grog or something, different story. But
I mean,
we've got to remember they're still young men.
But who's been there taking the photos and that and pushing it to the media? Like, was it someone after 2 minutes of fame?
Well, there's always that too, isn't it? I mean, if you look at the roll call of all the shocking things players have done in the past, and I think this is probably down the bottom of the food chain. Although that said, they're all role models and they should be set, you know, leading by example, but still.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, an spot, isn't it?
Unfortunately, when you're a player like that, you've got to watch your back 24/7, no matter what you do, because there's been some stupid, I'd say stupid, because stupid things that some players have done this year. So everyone's out watching their back. So, but anyway, another one was the Raiders. Curtis Scott has had his contract.
He's been sacked. Yep.
Yeah, But a lot of that was from, with John Bateman.
Yeah, that's right. I just came out and I'm like, what does that have to do with anything?
He's I've got a little bit of a snippet here too. It's he opened up about extremely personal information regarding my mental health and current struggles, and I just lost what feels like pretty much he opened up with his mental health issues, and there was a big, people saying stuff about it. He lost it. Where I'm going with this is there seems to be a lot of players still with this mental health. And, they turn to grog or they turn this or they do something stupid. This is why I feel the NRL needs to do more, have some kind of mental health, something within the league where, it might be a team that visits the club each year and, does little workshops with them and try help the players so they don't go down this road.
That's exactly what I remember. I remember in the years ago when I was at uni, and the Newcastle Knights had programs for the players because a lot of them were straight out of school and didn't have any experiences in business and stuff like that. So they had all these extra things for them. So because they know that some of them, once their career's over, they've got nothing. So there should be stuff put in place where, like seminars and stuff like that, where they educate some of these young guys, about mental wellness and and how to deal with certain things.
That's right.
Yeah, to their credit, but a lot of the clubs do a lot of that stuff. Like as you were saying, that kind of leads into what I'm saying. Clubs are putting programs in place with the universities, and they are doing mental health training and self-awareness sort of stuff. So so those schemes are in the clubs. They're definitely getting done. Can always do more, definitely. It's but I think it just goes to show mental health is an important thing, and it's reflected all through society. It can get anyone. So these are young, fit men, the peak of their powers in the spotlight, and they struggle from mental health. It just shows it can get anyone. So good opportunity to raise some awareness. Yeah.
Exactly, and especially in times like that we've got at the moment. But a point that came across with Curtis Scott too, it said it's not the first time that this has happened to a player at the Raiders that has come out about mental health issues. They have shown that they do not care about players' welfare. That's come from Curtis Scott towards the Raiders. So
that's a cultural thing that I think they need to look at. So
not good, but I just feel maybe if there's some kind of little, mental health team involved with it, they can visit the clubs, talk to them, or do something. Maybe we could keep a lot of this out of it. But that's not for us to decide. But let's hopefully the Raiders can fix it all up.
Yeah, definitely something they need to fix up. It sounds like so. Hopefully they give it the attention it deserves.
That's exactly right. We'll take a short break and be back shortly.
Following segment is brought to you by Purnell Trophies.
All right, guys, and welcome back to Nighttime. We'll start with Night of the Round. We'll start off with you, Brendan.
Oh gosh, I had to listen to the game, so I didn't get to see the game as such because I'm not one of those guys that can afford things like KO and all that stuff. I'm a peasant. Oh,
come on, don't be so hard on yourself.
I don't know. It's really hard to. I'm still going to keep saying Jay Clifford. I think I've got the man crush on him at the moment. I think he's just got the right attitude. He didn't have the most awesome kicking game. I think he missed a few from memory. So he's going to get. He'll still get my 3 points. I need to have a think about the second and the first. I've got to get the right name too, because I don't want to make a fool of myself. So give me a second. I'll answer that one in a minute. I'll give it to the next guy. Go, Andy.
Do you want us to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me because I need to find out. I think that young
Okay.
fella, I think he was there too. Oh, yeah. I don't want to embarrass myself, so I'll quickly.
I know.
Yeah.
No, that's all right, mate. I'll tell you what the winners are now.
Yeah.
My 3 points I gave to David Clemmer. I think he ran 223 metres, and I thought his game was excellent.
213 metres and 34 tackles for David Clemmer.
He had a good game. And we needed him to have a good game as well with Daniel Safidi missing. So Jake Clifford got my 2 points, and Jaden Brayley, young hooker, got my 1 point.
Yeah, I couldn't agree. There's well deserved. And Jono.
My 3 points went to Josh Barnett. Just an excellent game. That like set up that first try was amazing. I don't know really how he kept it in field, to be honest. That's why I always play the whistle. That was an awesome try. So he got my 3 points. 2 points went to Jacob Stiff Arm Safidi. Just played an amazing game. Scored a try and just racking up all the yards and getting plenty of tackles. And my final point went to Connor, Mr. Utility Watson. Just had a solid game, plenty of tackles, coming in like 13, being able to do everything, bit of ball playing, just running hard. Probably can kick if he wants to, and had a solid all-round game.
Yeah, he's a good jack of all trades. I've got I got a soft spot for Connor Watson because I think he's always on the go, and I love how much energy he's got even at the end of the game. But yes, okay, I found out what that guy's name is. That Inari Tuala.
Yep.
Yeah.
Inari Tuala.
Yeah. So as I said, I want to go with Jake Clifford for my 3. I mean, he even scored a try, which is just pretty cool.
Yep.
Inari Tuala, he's got my 2 points, and obviously Bradman Best. I think he's a steamroller. He's all over the place. Love it.
Yeah, he's certainly a talent, that's for sure. Mine, I give my 3 points to Mitch Barnett. That bat back going over the in-goal line for Jacob Saifidi to score the try, and just had an all-round strong game. I feel Barney's if he keeps playing like this, there's a sky blue jersey coming close for him next year, I reckon. My 2 points went to Jake Clifford. 1 try, 2 try assists, and 2 line breaks. 18 tackles, 206 kick meters, and 106 run meters, and also kicked free from 4 goals. So pretty all-round performance from Jake Clifford, I think.
Yeah.
And I have to give my 1 to. It was hard. I felt this bloke could have got 2 or 3 as well. David Clemmer, ran like we said with Andy, but all 3 of those there, I found it hard to give 3 to and 1 to. I could have give both of them all 3 of them a 3. I thought played well. And Smith's special mention this week is Connor Watson. I thought just the week he had with the departing news and that, he still come out and played quite well. So hats off to Connor there. So
maybe he might inspire. He goes, let's really give this a good push. Let us win a premiership. I got 2 things. One, David Clemmer. Yeah, he's a bit of a steamroller too. He's a bit of a biff. I love it. And what
he would have been happy to be like back in the starting role rather than coming off the bench.
Mm.
And
there wasn't much in that little bit of a pushing on the tackle that he's got suspended for a week. But I thought
there's nothing
wasn't much in that. Yeah. So while we're on night of the round, shout out to Purnell Trophies that have done our custom design trophies for night of the round.
Ooh.
So, obviously jump on and we'll have a picture up anyway. We might even put it up on our website and that. So, big shout out to Purnell Trophies.
Yeah, excellent. Good job.
So, while we're there, we might do the what caught my eye for this week. We'll start off with Jono. Jono, what caught your eye for this week?
Definitely a lot of things caught my eye this week, but something that has to take the cake between the Sharks and the Sharks play? Sorry, the Tigers, was it?
Tigers, yeah.
They did.
The coach's box being outside, that was just something I've never seen before. And while I was showing Madge, there was that Shark supporters going woo, right in front of the camera, getting his 15 seconds of fame. Never seen like an outdoor coaching box before, so that's something definitely that caught my eye.
That's outdoor box is a thing of the past, isn't it? You don't see a lot of that anymore. But you did get some of the coaches like Ricky Stewart that'll go down and sit on the sideline. So big Andy.
Yeah, mine came from the Knights Bulldogs game. It was the last try the doggies scored, the Jake Ockenball, diving over the top of an Ari Tuala, just putting the ball down just inside the dead in goal line. So, yeah, I thought that was a sensational try.
It was, wasn't it?
It's as good as it gets, that one, as far as put downs go.
Yeah. And good on Ockenball for making his way back up. And, he had obviously a lot of controversial last year, and looked like he could have been lost to the game. But look at him now. So all credit to the young bloke.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. I totally agree with that. Big Andy, Brendan, sorry.
What caught my eye? Well, as I said, because I couldn't see the
what caught your ear?
What caught my ear? Oh well,
what hurt your ear?
What caught my ear? Well, no, nothing really caught my ear. So I'm going to go the other way, and Crazy Lady's going to love me. But as I said, I actually watched the Penrith and Rabbitohs game. So, and I just love watching that game. It was a fun game to watch.
They are fun.
It was so much energy, and once they had the ball rolling, no pun intended. It was good, and I love how Nathan Cleary just being, bang, got it over the dot, got him ahead. But yeah, no, I just enjoyed the game. It was actually exciting to watch, even though I don't follow those teams at all. It was just, I just found myself sitting there glued to it. So thank you for an entertaining game to watch. Nothing scandalous I can think of that caught my eye this week, unfortunately.
Well, what caught my eye was, correct me if I'm wrong in spelling his name there, the Malatalo from the Sharks.
Yeah, Malatalo.
With his broken jaw. Yeah, the Mr. Monte Carlo. Yes, he gets a run again. Broke his jaw in that game.
Yeah, gutsy.
He said he knew straight away he broke it. He could just feel his jaw swinging. That's the exact words he said. Mark me around. He just kind of felt it swinging. He knew it was gone. I'm like,
Did you see the X-ray?
No, I missed that.
A couple of clean breaks. It's pretty nasty. Bit of recovery there, I'd say, coming back from that one.
After the game, you're seeing him walking around, and he handed his boots to a young Sharks fan in the crowd.
Yeah, I saw that.
And you could see just the disappointment and how upset the young bloke was. Really, like he knew, season's over, poor bugger.
Yeah.
But that caught my eye with poor bugger, and still found the time to walk around and thank all the Sharks fans and hand his boots to a young supporter. So I thought that was quite a good gesture. So that's what caught my eye for this week, and we might take a short break and be back shortly.
The following segment is brought to you by Sports Power Newcastle.
Hi guys, welcome back to Nighttime. It's that time again where we need a bit of entertainment, and here is Crazy Lady with her joke of the week. Take it away, Kylie.
Okay. A woman has twins and gives them up for adoption. One of them goes to a family in Egypt and is named Amal. The other goes to a family in Spain. They name him Juan. Years later, Juan sends a picture of himself to his birth mother. Upon receiving the picture, she tells her husband that she wishes she also had a picture of Amal. He responds, "They're twins. If you've seen one, you've seen them all."
They're always so simple yet work. They're like dad jokes, but slightly better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
No, gold. That's good.
they're fun. You got another one, or are we going to do fan of the week?
I can do another one if you
Go
want
on,
to.
why not?
Yeah, do another one.
Yeah, another one. Encore.
Encore.
Okay, a child asked his father, "How were people born?" So his father says, "Adam and Eve made babies, then their babies became adults and made babies," and so on. The child then went to his mother, asked her the same question, and she told him, "We were monkeys, then we evolved to become like we are now." The child ran back to his father and said, "You lied to me." His father replied, "No, your mum was talking about her side of the family."
That's good. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Alrighty. There we go. That double the fun. All right, Kyle's joker fan of the week.
All right. Fan of the week this week goes to Lincoln Mullane. Currently, they're in lockdown in Sydney, and they've been in there for a while, a lot longer than us. So hopefully this will brighten his day. Lincoln, like his dad, Daniel, are big Knights fans and huge supporters of Nighttime podcast. Lincoln was asked last year what he would like for his birthday, and his response was, "All I'd like is the Knights signatures. That's the only thing I want." Bless him.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
awesome.
Well,
Good on him.
stranger
Well,
things that happen. It could happen. You never know.
yeah.
That's awesome. Well, there we go. Thank you, crazy lady Kylie. And that was fan of the week and joke of the week times 2. And we'll be back after these messages.
The following segment brought to you by Feral Archery.
All right, guys, and welcome back. Thanks to the crazy lady with her jokes once again. And it's time for a Smitter's mailbag. First one is from Paul from Lochinvar. Clemmer ran for 213 metres and 34 tackles. Do you think this will be a huge loss without him this week?
100%.
Yeah, big.
Yeah, definitely. Massive loss.
Yeah.
Without him and DSAF.
Yeah,
That's
they're big shoes to fill, whoever's coming
Yeah.
in. So
Yeah, I think Jesse Sue is
Yeah.
next cab off the rank, so he's going to have to step up.
I think
He's-
anybody missing from the team that you've had in the last few weeks is going to be felt.
Yeah.
And it's sad, like I said, DSAF and all that. When there's an injury, it seems like you get the team finally get together, and then
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
frustrating.
opportunity for Josh King to get a few more minutes as well, and young Gyro and Momasia. Well, I thought it looked all right on the weekend too. The few minutes he got, a couple of runs he had, he looked pretty solid, so that's good. But
Brady
yeah, big
Jones.
loss. But
yeah, we've got our BJ.
Yeah, well, he's we're hoping he gets more and more time because so he can stretch his legs and prove himself.
yeah, that's right. Big loss, you're saying, Andy?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, so big loss, but opportunity for a couple of other guys to step up. So Kingy will play some more minutes, and your man Crush Jesse Sue will play a few more minutes. So yeah,
Good
good job.
I tell you what, this is going back also to our special mention award. He never lets you down, Jesse Sue, does he?
Nah, he doesn't. He doesn't.
And
He would have been my special mention this week. I thought he played well on the weekend.
yeah, I was going to, but I didn't want to look too biased. But I mean, I knew of him, but didn't know too much till he come to the club, and I'm just impressed with. It just turns up each week. He's a bit like BJ. You know what you're going to get out of him each week. Never lets the team down, and I tell you what, he'd be up there with one of the buys of the year, I reckon.
I reckon he's tough, mate. He's tough. He's so he'll do a good job in the front row this weekend. I've got no doubt at all. So he's got a bit of experience playing in the front row with the Bulldogs and a lesser extent the Tigers when he was there. But yeah, he'll do a good job on the weekend.
Yeah, no, 100%. And yeah, good to see BJ. Obviously, he retained his spot, and maybe we were a week early with our predictions of him and Kurt crossing the line.
Yeah, maybe. We keep saying it. It's going to happen eventually.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's just hope. Watch his space. Maybe it could happen.
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, hopefully. Next one is from Ricardo. Are we signing any new players with Connor and Josh King going? I do believe we signed Dragons half.
Yeah, Adam Clune. We've signed Adam Clune. We've brought in Dane Gagai, Adam Clune, and there's a young front rower from the Raiders that we've bought, Joe Thompson. Leo Thompson, who I couldn't find much on him. I've tried to do a bit of a search, have a look for some old videos, but can't find much. But he's a Kiwi rugby union convert who looks like he's got a bit about him. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
So he's been bought to replace Josh King.
Okay,
awesome.
fair enough.
Yeah, that information came from Barry Toohey in his column on Saturday morning. So he mentioned
another
Thompson.
Another one of the Newcastle Live team, Barry Toohey.
Tune into him I think Thursdays he does his tips, doesn't he?
I think it's Thursday with Tracy Mack,
He does his tips. So, tune into that.
Yes, very cluey guy. We'll have to get him on the show one night. Tune into Baz and Trace for Thursday morning, as you said, I think. So interesting times for some of these players coming in anyway. Like, we've lost a few. Sad to see them two go, but exciting times for some of the ones we've got coming in.
Yeah, on that too, apparently we've got some pretty decent money to spend on it. We're looking for a big back rower, line-breaking back rower, and another outside back. So,
well, I am available, and I have shred some kilos. So I am available. Yeah, and we'll move on to the next one.
I was like,
Is that muscle or fat you've shred, Smitty?
Oh, mate, I was 125 kilos, and I'm down to 116. So, yeah, going all right.
Well, you are
doing
well too, though. So there's a lot of weight in that too. But you actually do look a lot fresher, I will admit, since you're sick. I was going to say it last week, but I thought you might think I was flirting with you. But yeah, no, you do look a lot better.
Oh, you're only human, Brendan, after all. But
challenge accepted.
No, it's good to be back. But this lockdown, I tell you what, I need to get to the barbers. If you haven't seen the mohawk,
I was just about to say, shave the
looks a bit
mohawk off, and then we get Jono to shave his, and then we'll all look like a bunch of, I don't know.
No,
I'm not pretty bald.
Well, your dad, I mean, you've got good genetics, Jono. Your dad's got a good head of hair too. So, but anyway,
I tell you what, I haven't shaved this mohawk. Well, I cut it down, but haven't had it since. I've had it for about 15 years. The only way that'll go is if it's for a charity thing, So yeah, I can't help you.
I'll give you $5 to shave it off. I'll donate it to charity.
Put a couple more zeros on the end of that, and I'll do it.
Oh, no,
it's only worth $5.
Hey, are you thinking he wants me hair transplant?
Oh gosh.
No, it's all good, mate. You can keep it.
All right, we'll move on to the next one.
You can keep that one, Bert.
I've got to find a sidekick. I've got to find Ernie. Anyway, the next one is, what do you guys think of the downtown ruling which appeared in the Penrith Souths game last Friday night? Mark Nichols was pinned for being downtown after Souths got a kick away. Nichols was downtown, meaning he was offside at the time of the kick instead of pulling up. How do you is?
It wouldn't have been an issue if he didn't get involved in the play. He ended up with the ball. So
that's right. He goes,
issue.
I do it all the time. Yeah, you do it all the time. Everyone does it, but they don't get involved in the tackle.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So you got to stay outside 10 metres and not get involved. So
that's right. I mean, you get your big boppers like, that need to have that little bit of a head start, but they don't get involved in that tackle. But they're down there ready for the next set.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the rules of the game.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's been one of those rules forever, hasn't it? Like, it's been around since the game started, so everyone should know the rule.
That was actually sent in by a dumbfounded Wayne Bennett.
Okay. I think Wayne probably was a bit dumbfounded after the weekend, but we'll get to that, I guess, when we get to the Panthers game.
He was, but I mean, it was pretty clear cut for me. Like, you know the rules, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Normally, you can hear the referee telling them they're offside and to stay out of it. So,
that's right. And I mean, if you're a professional football player, you're playing at that elite level, you should know the difference. Yeah. So, I mean, if not, once again, throw me a jersey and give me a payback, and I'll go. Won't be as good as him, but I'll give it a crack.
Yeah.
Once again, I can hear the crickets. I'm not having much support here, am I, Brendan?
No.
We'll back you.
Anyway, that was Smith's mailbag for this week, and we'll take a short break and back after this commercial break. All right, guys, welcome back to Nighttime. Now it's time for KOBASHI and their top 5.
KOBASHI Top 5.
Well, good day, everybody.
Hey, what? We're back!
Yes, I was just going to say, it is the squad, it's the Bullfed, and we are back.
We are back!
We have been away a couple of weeks. You've had work commitments. I've been moving house. It's been hard to get 8 hours of eating in every day at the same time.
Tough gig.
It is a tough gig, but we are back. Happy to be joining with you. And, mate, I've got something to talk to you about.
What's that?
Well, you've been teaching me about league and footy and stuff, and I've been trying to watch videos and understand, and you telling me that it's a game of elite fitness.
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Well, it is, mate.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not back in the... It's not like it's the old days, you know, where you can be a bit of an oompa loompa and sort of get around the park.
No, so I thought my research, right,
yep,
has led me to find the 5 best physiques in league history.
Oh, are we talking like Adonis-like physique?
Well, like us, right? Because
because we're pretty good looking.
We understand what it's like to have a tip-top physique. Was that muffin top?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I thought tip-top red, you know,
a
lot of dough.
Yeah, a lot of dough. Carbo loading, that's what we're good at.
Yep.
So the first guy I looked at was Mark Riddell.
Marky Piggy Riddell!
Yes.
Famous St George hooker. Had a fine physique.
Oh, stunning physique.
I think he was about 5'3" high, and I think he was about 3'6" wide.
So if you look at that picture back there, actually that used to be my nickname, 5'5". That was when I lived in Sydney. And
great physique, Mark Riddell. There you go, ladies. Mark Riddell, if you want to see him there with a good physique. Who you got next, Adam? Who's number 4?
We have Justin Soulos.
Big Justin Soulos. If you remember, Justin Soulos played with Parramatta back in the era of when they were really kicking ass and not sort of fading in the finals. Back when you had blokes like Big Nathan Hindmarsh running around with his bum hanging out. So another fine physique, by the way.
Yeah.
So check him out. Big Nathan Soulos there. Fine figure of a man.
Absolutely. And it gives me hope that I could possibly one day still maybe participate in this sport.
Adam, you would be the whole front row.
Well, like I've always said, you know 4 fat people and I'm 3 of them. So.
And I know one man scrum.
Yes.
Number 3, Ed.
You'd love it. Number 3, George Rose.
Big Georgie Rose, of course, the Manly forward. He also played for St George Illawarra, I do believe, but everyone knows him from his heyday in Manly when he was massive and kicking ass. And you know what? There's something about a big prop. They're hard to tackle.
They're good for both.
Guys, actually, no, I remember this when I was playing.
No, big props are good for both.
They are. They make them go fast.
Oh, is that a position? Sorry.
It's a position. But you bounce off a big forward. Not like this day, you stick. It's not as much fun.
He was a big unit. He had a decent rig on him, that boy. So,
he did. So big Georgie Rose. And of course we know Georgie Rose and his brother now do a lot of boxing promotion. So there you go.
Yeah, wouldn't want to get in the wrong
Now
time.
Let's talk about a big man from Canterbury, number 2, mate.
Yeah, I've got him.
We're going to talk about big Mr. Sam Cassiano. Mate, what can you tell me about Sam?
Yes, he's big.
He was a massive man. I think at the time when Sam Cassiano was playing, he was the biggest man in the NRL at that point in time. I think he's about 6'5", 6'6", and was weighing in about 135 to 138 kilo. And I think at one stage he was still playing first grade and topped out at 140 kilos.
Lightweight.
Amateur. Yeah.
So yeah. I could technically play.
Sounds like a halfback.
I could play first grade and be like the heaviest. I could still go for that record.
You could.
Number one,
of course.
Owen Craigie.
Really? You've gone for Owen Craigie as
Owen
number
Craigie,
one?
that's who I've been doing my research.
Of course, because he's our man for the Newcastle Knights, Owen Craigie, of course. If you're not familiar with Owen Craigie, you can't call yourselves a Knights fan. Of course, he was there in the 1997 and in particular the 1997 grand final.
Got that try.
When big Aaron Delbert scored the try. Got him, yes. Well, lads, it's been another top five, mate. Great to see you. Listen, our hearts go out to everyone in New South Wales. We've got it pretty easy here in WA at the moment, so you stay there, we'll stay here, and everything's fine.
Once everything's done, we're looking forward to getting over to you guys, catching up with you, playing some music, having a great time.
Stop being so nice, mate.
Shut up.
You shut up.
You shut up.
You shut up. You shut up. You shut up. Son of a... See ya.
Thanks to the boys from KOBASHI. How good was that? Once again,
Yeah,
Pretty
awesome.
good. Pretty good. That is awesome. That's great.
Great stuff.
All right, then we'll take another short break.
The following segment is brought to you by Burger Urge.
All right, guys, welcome back, and it's time for crew review. We might start with you, Jono, with around the grounds.
Around the grounds, the first cab off the rank, the first game off the rank. The mighty, I wouldn't say they're mighty, but they are winning a lot. The Melbourne Storm 34 over the Gold Coast Titans 20. Storm are just killing it at the moment. I don't see them losing a game for the rest of the regular season. But is it dangerous for them to just being have so many games won and then head into finals and get bounced out pretty quickly?
Yeah, they did have a few players rested.
They might rest a few in the last round like they did last year if they've got that minor premiership wrapped up. I think they play the Sharks, don't they, last game? They might rest a few for that game.
But even last week they rested a few. They had the block of cheese and Nelson Solomon out. The big fella out. So,
yeah.
Hughes was out too.
They're as good a side that's, I've seen in a long, long time.
They're going to be hard to beat, unfortunately. They weren't that impressive last week, I didn't think, or were the Titans. Just Titans turned up to play.
Well, the Titans can do that.
I think it was a bit of both. Titans came to play in the first half and then just the wheels fell off. And then it was all over. You can't really have the wheels fall off against a top-tier team.
Yeah.
And expect to win, so...
Yeah, I tell you what, young Jaden Campbell had a good game on the weekend. He's one to watch this weekend. Yes. I think he scored a couple of tries.
His matchup this week with Ponga would be good, but we'll get into that a bit later.
Yeah, definitely.
But, to be honest, I think the Titans, they're not to be taken lightly. As it showed last week, they nearly pulled the pants down of the Storm.
Well, I think they're one team that's probably underperformed this year, the Titans. Given their roster, they probably could have been sitting. They should have been sitting a lot higher up the roster, up the ladder. So,
I think realistically, they should have been a solid place in the top 8. They shouldn't have to be fighting for the final rounds to get in the 8.
Yeah,
that's my opinion. I didn't really have high expectations, but I didn't see them just trying to fight to get in the 8 last few rounds. But maybe next year, see what happens.
Them and the Raiders. Sorry, I think they're the two teams that have underperformed this year.
Oh, yeah, I agree with the Raiders, 100%.
Yeah.
Anyway. On the Titans, I tell you a player that you could get from there rather cheaply, and I think has still got a lot of potential in him, is Herman Sasa. Only played 1 or 2 games since he's been up there. I did hear that they're not interested in him anymore.
Yeah, right. Getting back at the Knights.
Getting back at the Knights or at a decent price.
I like Herman.
I'd be throwing some dollars at him because he's unwanted. by the Titans.
Mm.
I think the last game he played, he head high tackled one of the Penrith players that got sent off.
Yeah,
I can't remember who it was, but I think that was the last game he's played for the Titans. So
yeah, I thought he did some good stuff at the Knights, but I was a fan. So
yeah,
interesting call.
I'd if I was Adam O'Brien, I'd be putting the feelers out to say how much.
Yeah,
we'll take him.
I suppose it depends on what we've got left to fill in our roster, and because our front row rotation's pretty good.
But in saying that, Herman can play second row. Jesse Sue can play second row. You could, for the right price.
Yeah,
I mean, like if the Titans don't want him, they'll be looking to get rid of him for next to nothing. So
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to the next one.
The Manly minus Turbo Travojevic, 19, over the Canberra Raiders, 18. Now, something caught my eye from this game as well. Did anyone see Jordan Rapama's awful field goal attempt? I know I can't do any better, but you're a professional footballer. Surely you can do something better than that.
Yeah, it was pretty average, but had to give it a crack, I guess, but didn't get it.
It was a fair way out too, eh?
Yeah, it was,
but I was paying attention. But did he have heaps of time? Because one of the commentators were saying he had more time than he actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're playing the game, it's
tough.
Not as it is tough. So as you said, Jono, I probably couldn't knock it over from there either. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
He just didn't get the connection. But anyway, good win for the Seagulls, but without Tommy Turbo, as you said. So good win for them. They keep their momentum going, chugging away.
Are they the sneaky top 4 spot, or?
Mate, I've still got them in my grand final at the moment. I still think they're them in the Storm.
Personally, I think a lot of it depends on Tommy Turbo, and
of course it does,
and also Jake Travojevic. I think they're the key for Manly and pair. So
they're Cherry Evans.
I'm not. Don't get me wrong. He plays NRL. He's a good player, but I'm not a big fan of Cherry Evans. I think the Turbo brothers are a bigger influence to Manly than him personally. But you're right. He's a quality halfback. So he does have But
Tommy's the best player in the game at the moment. But he's freaky. Some of the stuff
no
he's
question.
doing.
I tell you what, there's some good talents out there. That's for sure.
Yeah,
so I
that's
wish
right.
I had a bit of it.
100%. That's it. Tedesco had a good game on the weekend too. But anyway, we'll get to that.
Anyway, the crazy ladies, Penny Panthers 25 over the disappointing South Sydney Rabbitohs 12.
Yeah.
As Brendan said there, it was quite a good game actually.
I think the scoreline didn't show how actual close it was. To be honest, it was a lot closer than it actually was.
Yeah, the Panthers scored late, didn't they? And
because I mean, Souths are a good team. Souths are a bloody good team. And
that's right. And it's funny, of all the games, I've only ever saw one live game, and it was Penrith and Souths back in '97. So it's funny, I've come full circle again.
Yeah.
I mean, Katie Walker is on fire, but I was watching the game, and I was watching the game, and I was saying to the crazy lady, they got to rattle him, get under his skin, watch him crack, and they did, but he'll bounce back. He's too good of a player not to. But there's some
good win for the Panthers. Some of the South fans and South players weren't too happy with the 11-2 penalty count, and I think the 6 again calls went 3-0 against them as well. So, I didn't see a lot of that game, but they're big momentum swingers.
Yeah, I watched. I thought the refereeing was not too bad, to be honest. The commentators didn't seem to be saying too much about it either. So, I guess
It's probably one of those things more said after the game, but yeah, it's a big penalty count.
That was the one with the guy was in front of the kicker, and
that's
downtown.
Yeah. That's what the Souths fans are saying. That Souths are the most disciplined team in the competition, and then all of a sudden they go down 11-2 in a penalty count.
Yeah,
so bit of controversy, but no, it's a good win for the Panthers. But so not to take anything away from them, like they deserve to win, but just a bit of talk from the game. That's all.
Oh, yeah. If you're not going, if things aren't going your way, you do things wrong. You might be your discipline slips a bit. So I mean, they're probably heat of the moment of the game. They haven't realised they've let their discipline slip. But come on, you watch this week, they'll be a totally different team again. They'll bounce back.
I think that's going to apply to every team now over the next couple of weeks. I think a lot of them are going to do a about face and be hungry to try to get up that ladder.
Yeah.
To be honest, I wouldn't. Obviously, if Knights can't make it or Penrith to the grand final, I wouldn't be disappointed if Souths were in the grand final.
No.
They deserve it. So
they got off to a good start on the weekend. They up 12-0 early and
40-20 from Adam Reynolds.
Excellent kick. But,
very good. But we'll move on to the next game there, Trevor.
The Cronulla boys from the Shire Sharks was 50 over the struggling West Tigers 20. There's no appearance from Exotic. There's no appearance from Exotic Joe this week.
No,
not a big score.
Baskin.
Okay.
No, so disappointing from the Tigers.
I still say, all right, they got a decent one, even though he's not playing now. They got a decent one in Dane Laurie. Yep. They need a 7 and a 9. Until they get a decent 7 and 9, I don't think anything's going to go anywhere. Like they had Harry Grant last year. They went pretty well. They just need
they also had Benji last year too, and I think he was a big part of how close they got, or to the 8.
So, I mean, I'd be even if I was the Tigers, I'd be going to the Broncos. Danny Levi hasn't got a sign for next year. Maybe even look at someone like him.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Then look at a quality halfback, and things might change.
Yeah, they're not that easy to find. That's the drama.
No, maybe
there's not many quality halfbacks floating around. So
might start looking overseas like Aiden Caesar or the likes of them. But I just can't see anything changes until they get another 7 and a decent 9.
Yeah. I think that's probably some of the reason why we hear of clubs always trying to poach Mitchell Pearce. The Raiders are talking about the Bulldogs, just because there is no good halfbacks around. They're just that hard to find.
That's
experience
right.
and that the ability they've got. So
but
anyway, he's ours at the moment, so we'll hang on to him.
Yeah.
Well, it's there's not much you can take from that game. I would hate to
Sharks are hitting a good form, trying to get in that 8 at the moment. Are they sitting at number 8, or is it the Titans?
No, the Sharks are 8th at the moment.
So they're hitting the
right box
time.
seat. Yeah, I think they've got a couple of hard games, but don't they? The Sharkies.
Yeah, who have they got?
They play Melbourne last, and
they got the Broncos this next week. So
so that'll be a tough game for them too. They should win it, but that could go either way. So
well, that's right. Depends who's hungrier on the day, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, you think the Sharks would be, but anyway, we'll see what happens.
Nothing like a hungry shark. Anyway, we just might take a short break and be back shortly.
Yeah.
All right, guys, and welcome back, and continue with Around the Grounds.
Oh, this was my favourite game of the week. The mighty Newcastle Knights, 22 over the Bulldogs, 16.
What's happening? About that one, I guess, but
I heard a rumour, I don't know if it's true, that Barrett's only going to get 8 games next year. to see if he can, like, with these new players, to see if he can actually, like, he's actually a first-grade coach. Do you think that's well deserved, or do you reckon that's a bit harsh?
Well, they've given him to round 8 if he hasn't shown any type of that the club's going to go anywhere. They said that apparently he can go elsewhere, but I mean, they're probably looking at the roster that he's got coming.
Yeah, you've got to give him a chance. Got to give him a chance to build his roster and put his stamp on the team.
But like, is 8 games enough? Should he be given should he be given the whole season to like?
Yeah, I think so.
Given a crack.
So. You've got to have some stability there as well. You've got to have. Yeah, it's hard to get players to go to a club if they don't know who the coach is going to be, and I don't know.
I mean, if he had the roster this year, that pretty much that he's going to have next year. Okay, round 8, fair enough.
Yeah,
but they're going to be all new. Come round 1, you got Burton, you got the Fox, you got some quality players going there. So, as Andy said, is 8 games enough to gel? I think not. Probably the year.
Yeah.
Well, I think he should be given the year unless like the wheels completely fall off. Then I think he needs to go. But I reckon he should be given the year at least.
Yeah, that's right.
There's some talk that they've got to let some talent go as well. They've got some salary cap issues, and Big Gus has just got his backside in the seat. He's going to do a review of the football department, and there'll be some players moving on. So they got some rebuilding to do yet. The Dogs, they're not out of trouble yet. So,
well, I thought that today. I thought there's got a lot of people going there. How can they fit it under the cap? So
yeah.
I borrowed the sombrero from the Roosters.
No, but Big Gus will put some systems in place, and he'll look at their development and stuff. But there's no easy fix for the Dogs at the moment. They're in a bit of trouble. So,
to be honest, you're a player. Okay, you're off contract. Them and a few other clubs are sniffing around you. Do you want to really go there at the moment?
Oh, depends how much on contract, I guess. Like,
money talk, like, and if it's a big contract, you can't really say no.
Yeah, they're attracting some players, so obviously there's something there for them. As you said, they got the Fox going there, and Burton and
Dufty he's only there for a year.
Yeah, Dufty. So
Davida Pengai.
Davida Pengai is another good pickup for them. So they've brought in some good players.
What about Vaughan on for like the 1 year? Do you reckon that's a bit too risky, or do you reckon you're happy with the 1 year? Like, what do you guys think of Vaughan going there?
Well, I think if you got him on 1 year deal, that's all right. Like, yeah, it's not as risky.
And he's got to prove himself then.
Yeah, that's right. And they've got him on a pretty, a pretty basement sort of price.
Basic.
So, I don't think he's a bad buy for him.
No, that's right. Like I said, too, change of clubs, you could see a whole new player.
Yeah, that's right. So, but anyway.
Anyway, floorboard Gary's Parramatta Eels 32 over the Cowboys 16.
Yeah, the old Riverworms, eh? The Wolves
had a win.
Has anyone heard from Gary? Is he dancing around?
He's still, I'd say he would be. I'd say if he was here right now, he'd be rubbing it in.
Yeah.
And stinking the place out too. Yeah, I said it.
I'll tell you what, the Cowboys. Oh, yeah.
Gone for the year. And start of next year.
Yeah, that's a big blow. Speedy recovery for Sivo. Hopefully he's back sooner.
Yeah.
Also, a big loss for Parramatta, but it's a massive loss for the game as well, because he's just like one of those electric players. Like, he's worth the ticket of admission, like, to go see him live.
Yeah, he's a good player. Got some errors in him, but he's a good player.
I tell you what, the Cowboys wingers will probably be having a few drinks tonight here and that, wouldn't they?
The same as the Sauce at South Sydney.
You got to feel for the ball, mate.
We skipped over that, but yeah, geez, he copped it on the weekend, didn't he? And then got injured.
Yeah, Paul Bugger, and he against his old team that he probably wanted to have a blinder against.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
so, the Cowboys are struggling, aren't
they?
I don't know. He's told Payton the right man to like turn that culture around. You reckon?
Oh, you wouldn't say so at the moment, but yeah, I don't know. You've got to give coaches a chance to put their stamp on a team, and you don't want to.
Totally
You don't
agree.
want this revolving door there with coaches.
No, I totally agree. But with you, Andy, there saying give them some time, but at the moment, it's not looking good, is it?
Oh, they can't buy a win at the moment. They're terrible.
No.
So,
But in saying that, I think I'm going to tip them this week.
yeah, okay.
Going, they might surprise a few, and I'm just not convinced with the Eels, eh?
No, they're like, well, they should have beat the Cowboys, and they did beat them handedly. But look, it's just next week. Who have they got next week? The Eels. They got the Storm. So, and like knock on wood, they're probably locked into the 6th spot. So hopefully the Knights are locked into the 7th spot, and so it could be a first finals week, and maybe we can cause the upset against the Eels.
Yeah,
I think we
definitely.
can.
I think that's the plan.
Imagine that. One of us will be happy. Floor boy Gary mightn't be.
Yeah,
It's 4 against 1, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
True. Yeah. Oh, on to the next one, boys. Eh?
Come on. Yeah, the boys from Wadnow, the Sydney Roosters 40 over the St. Illawarra Dragons 22.
That was a weird game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Dragons hit the lead and looked good, and then the Roosters just kicked into gear and ran away from them.
Yeah.
The Dragons are, to be honest, the Dragons are probably my disappointment team for the year.
Yeah.
I expected a lot more from them. I know they've had some injuries and that too, but just with Hook going there and they got some class players when you look at it, really.
Yeah.
but then they've got the party scandal, which pretty much gutted their season from there on.
Yeah. I don't think they've won a game since then, have they?
No.
Still under the bed.
But we were saying that about the Dragons too earlier in the year. They always start well and they're always in the 8 and then fall away towards the end of the year. So just, I don't know why they do that, but that's just the Dragons, isn't it? So
But you've got to question yourself too. Like, they're letting Dufty go.
Yeah. There's something more to that, I think. Well, he doesn't even get a start every week. But anyway.
Which I don't understand.
Yeah, there's something going on there. But anyway.
And on to the last one.
And the final game of the round, which I reckon is probably up there as the game of the round. The Brisbane Broncos 24 over the New Zealand Warriors 22.
Yeah, Warriors had to really play for war, and Broncos pipped them. So that's what I mean about the Broncos. They can bring on an upset. So
without a doubt. Yeah. That's why we can't take them lightly.
No, definitely.
Well, I guess Broncos are fighting for if they want to be on the team next year, they've got to fight for their spot, or if they want to be picked up by another club, they're always fighting for spots. So they're trying hard, and that gets the win sometimes. Get the bickies.
Now, that's what I was saying before. Yeah, we don't want to be playing them, going into the last game, having to beat them to make the semis. They
don't want to go finish the season on a high.
100%. 100%.
And, and to upset the Knights and possibly stop us from going to the finals. I mean, that's a big drive, so.
But anyway, hopefully we win this weekend and we don't have to worry about that predicament.
Yeah, 100%. Expect a pretty big game from Denny Levi, I reckon, to try and impress. He's looking for a club, so. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's around the grounds for this last week, and we'll take a short break and be back shortly.
The following segment is brought to you by Sayers Inc.
Hi, guys, and welcome back. We'll continue with the crew review and do Team List Tuesday. Big Andy.
Yeah, so the mighty Newcastle Knights play the Gold Coast Titans at 7:50 p.m. this Thursday night. So I like that. I like having the first game of the round, get it over and done with, and then being able to sit back and enjoy the weekend of footy. So anyway, let's go through the teams. The Gold Coast Titans have Jaden Campbell at fullback, Philip Semi on the wing with Corey Thompson, Brian Kelly and Patrick Herbert in the centres, Tyrone Peachy and Jamal Fogarty make up their halves. with Jared Wallace and Big Tino in the front row. Mitch Rain at hooker. Their back row is Kevin Proctor and Beau Fermor, former Newcastle boy. And Sam McIntyre locks the scrum. So if you look at their interchange, they've got Aaron Clark, David Fafita, Mo Fotuakai, and Jamin Jolliffe. So it's a fair bench they've got.
That's a fair mouthful.
Is that the most expensive bench in the comp?
I reckon.
It's fair bench.
Yeah. But anyway, so the mighty Newcastle Knights, we've got Kalen Ponga at fullback, Anari Tuala and Heimel Hunt retain their spots on the wing. Kurt Mann, Bradman Best in the centres. Our halves are Jake Clifford and Mitchell Pearce. Forwards, couple of changes here. Suaso Sue comes off the bench into the starting side for David Clemmer. Jacob Sayafiti is our other starting prop. Jaden Brayley, the captain at hooker. Tyson Frizzell comes back into the side from suspension in the second row with Mitch Barnett, and Connor Watson will lock the scrum. Our interchange is Brady Jones, Chris Randall, Josh King, and young Jaira Momasia retains his spot. So well done to him. So, yeah, looking forward to this game. It's a massive game for us. So
that's a big game for the Titans as well, too. So you can't take them too lightly.
Nah. But we have to win these games. Like if we're not good enough to win these games, well,
we shouldn't. We don't deserve a final spot.
We still deserve a final spot, but
I was going to mention earlier about we haven't heard much from Jack Johns, but it says he's in the reserves. So
he's been on the extended bench for a little while now. Him and Pasami Solo, young Simeon, and Phoenix Crosland's there as well. So.
Is Lockie Fitz on the reserve bench, or is he still out injured?
Nah, he's still out.
He's gone for the season.
Yeah.
Gone for the season.
Yeah,
he's had surgery, so he's gone for the season.
Yeah.
But, Basami Solo's on the reserves. So that's good to see him back from that leg injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's great to see.
But also, I hope BJ gets a fair run again this week, being back on the reserves, but still gets a bit more than 10 minutes. You know, he needs, even if it's 10 in the first, 10 in the second, just to try and get a bit more involved with the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him start at lock with Connor coming off the bench. I like Connor at 14. I think he's a 14. But
I would have done that personally.
That said, you can't really carry Chris Randall on the bench if you're going to do that. So for me, I'd nearly look at bringing maybe a Pasami Solo or a Jack Johns in and leaving Randall off the bench.
I would have done that. I would have put Connor back to the 14, like you're saying. Randall, no disrespect to Randall.
No disrespect at all. But I think it just strengthens
going with another forward.
I think you need the forwards because they're the ones tire early, and you've got Mr. Reliable there at 9, and he doesn't really need a break, and you can always put Watson in at hooker if you need to.
I just love Connor coming off the bench running at tired players, tired forwards. So.
He offers that spark, it's like he's busting to get out there. So when he gets out there, he makes the most of it. But another interesting thing was Tyrone Peachy's been named at 5'8". Ash Taylor's out again.
Yes, So he's out injured. So it'll be interesting to see Tyrone Peachy and Mitch Barnett again. So
true. That's
the last time they played, but.
I think Peachy's looking for a big game because this is his first time starting in a long time, so I reckon he'll be ready to rip and tear, and hopefully Knights can contain him because he was a pretty heavy player back in Penrith.
Yeah. Well, even last time we played him, he carved us up. So
I tell you, I also think this Andy player. It's a skipper, Kevin Sideshow Bob Proctor. He's got a shoulder injury, but he's been named to play. And I tell you what, he's not one to be taken lightly either.
No, he's a good player. Another one out of the Storm system.
No, that's what I was thinking, Storm system, but he hasn't really performed as well as he did back when he was at Storm, but he really does.
Yeah, they've got a few that have come out of the Storm system, haven't they? They've got Big Tino, Kevin Proctor, Beau Fermor. A couple of their forwards. So Anyway, it's going to be a tough game, but we just got to win. There's no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
two ways
all
well.
I can say. Have to win it. I think we're a good shot too.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I mean, they have got some talent on there, so it's not going to be, they said, to be taken lightly. And even their hooker, Mitch Rain, there's some talent there.
Yeah, there is. They're a good side. Brian Kelly in the centres. But mate, since we've had Pearce back, but Jay Clifford, that's put another dominant. That's
his kicking game. Oh, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I think I saw a stat yesterday with Mitchell Pearce this year. We've won 80% of our games. Without him, we've won 31% or something. So
he's a difference maker. That injury cloud above him.
You just got to keep him fit. You just got to keep him fit. So yeah,
but
there's a lot of upside in the Knights coming into the semis anyway. I'm getting excited.
Aren't we all, mate? But, well, let's move on from that and go for the rest of them, mate. Rest of them for this week's game.
So that's the first game of the weekend. Then on Friday night at 6 p.m. we've got the Warriors and Raiders. That's a big game. Yeah, that's a massive game for those teams.
That's going to be a hard one, that one.
That's a tricky one to tip, yeah.
Yeah, so I think the Raiders are favourites for that one. They're paying $1.45. You'll get $2.75 at Sportsbet for the Warriors. Raiders sitting in 10th spot, the Warriors in 11th. So, but I think the Raiders have got a 2-point lead over the Warriors, haven't they?
Yeah, I think the Warriors need to beat the Broncos to have a chance in the 8th.
Yeah, so the second game on Friday night, that's a massive game too. We've got the Roosters and the Rabbitohs. So, yeah,
that's quality games.
Yeah,
that's a good game.
You'd have to think the Rabbitohs on that one maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, the cranky old Rabbitohs.
I'll tell you what, if you're a footy fan, there's a good viewing of footy this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Some crackers.
Yeah, then Super Saturday, the first game at 3 p.m. We've got the St George Illawarra Dragons play the Cowboys. I think neither of those sides can make the 8 now. That's they're both playing for a bit of pride. Those two teams. The Cowboys need to win. They're struggling bad. So
I think they'll win this week. We'll get into that.
Yeah. Okay. Next game we've got the Sharks versus the Broncos on Saturday afternoon at 5:30. That's another hard game to pick. You'd think the Sharks are doing, but the Broncos they're travelling all right. So
be interesting to watch to see for next week how the Broncos are travelling.
Yeah, but that's another important game for this top 8. The team's trying to fight for that 7th and 8th position. So Sharks currently in 8th. Saturday, the big game, 7:35. We've got the Melbourne Storm, $1.07 they're paying against the Riverworms, the Parramatta Eels. So you'd have to think the Storm will run away with that one. But anyway.
Yeah, you'd think quite comfortably, but...
Sneaky 5 on the Eels, you never know.
Yeah. And then the two Sunday games, you'd have to think the Sea Eagles will beat the Bulldogs at 1:50 on Sunday afternoon, and then at 4:05 you'd have to think the Panthers will be too strong for the Tigers. So both of those are pretty short. So so interesting round of footy this weekend. A couple of big games that'll help decide the top 8. So we might be a bit clearer this weekend of where the Knights are and where they're going to finish. So
that's right. It'll show how a few teams are travelling as well for going into the finals. I'll be taking a close looking on the Broncos. Obviously, because we're going to have them next week, and hopefully Cronulla give it to them. And,
of those teams we've mentioned, the Knights are sitting on 24 points, so we've got a 4-point gap to the Sharks, the Titans, and the Raiders. So,
but our differential's pretty bad, so
our differential's pretty bad. So we pretty much need to finish 2 points in front of them, or at least 1 point in front of them.
Well, that's the game show this week, and we'll take a short break and be back shortly. All right, guys, and welcome back. And it's time for the tips there, boys.
Yeah, so if we go back through those, the first game, we got the Knights Titans.
Knights for me.
Knights for you, yeah? Yeah, Knights for me.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Bring out the broom. Bring out the broom for.
So next game, we've got the Warriors Raiders.
Ooh.
I'm going to
take the Warriors on that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to
I was going to take the Warriors too as an upset, so really an upset.
Okay.
I'll go Raiders.
It's a hard one, that one, but
Friday, the big game, we've got the Rabbitohs and the Roosters.
Ooh.
I want to go the Rabbits, I think.
I'm on board with you, Big Andy.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to say Rabbitohs too, but now I'm just going to point a difference and say Roosters.
Okay.
I'm going to have to say the Bunnies as well.
Yeah.
They'll be coming. They'll be filthy after the weekend.
Yeah, no,
After Friday night.
I want to pick Rabbitohs too, but I thought, no, I'll be the point of difference.
Okay. Then we've got the Dragons Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Dragons.
Yeah, I'm going to jump on with Brendan and go the Cowboys this one.
Cowboys.
I was going Cowboys for the upset as well.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, then we've got the Sharks Broncos.
Hard to go past the Sharks, I think.
Yeah.
I think that the Sharks should have a little bit more to play for. Should be a little bit too strong for them.
I think it'll be a good game though. But
I think it'll be
Sharks,
a top game.
Yeah.
I reckon that's going to be a really close game.
It could be my pick besides the Knights game this week to watch.
Yeah. The next one,
to be honest,
I'm going to take the Broncos actually for a 2-point win. 2 points.
Yeah. Okay. Wouldn't
to be honest, there's not a game that I don't think I will not watch this weekend. I think I'll watch it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with lockdown.
Yeah, 100%. Next game, we've got the Storm against the Riverworms. You'd have to. The Storm or how many?
35.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, poor boy Gary will be. No.
Mark my words, it'll be in the 30s.
Yeah, it'll be. Yeah, I'm with you, Smith.
I know, boys. The Storm going to that record, I reckon the Eels could upset them. I'm going to tip the Eels.
Yeah, wow, that's a big call. Ooh. That would be the upset of the year, I think.
I've seen stranger things happen.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, well, this is
definitely. True. Definitely. Righto, so we've got the Sea Eagles Bulldogs.
You have to go.
The Eagles.
You got to go with the Manly bin chickens, don't you?
Yeah, the bin chickens are paying $1.03 in that one.
You like that one, Jono?
Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, you have to go Manly, and I would say easy 50 over the doggies.
They'll put 50 on them. Tommy Turbo's back, so there's a good chance.
Yeah.
And the final game, the Penny Panthers play the Tigers.
Oh,
and this will be interesting with the return of Tuttle and James Fisher-Harris.
Yeah. So, battle of the big cats.
Is Ivan Cleary going to be like waving and kissing like to the fans again?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's not down in Tiger Town, so he might get away with that one. But
would Penga Vidai Jr. be playing this game, or would he be out now?
No, he's still playing. Yeah.
Yeah, if you give me a second, I'll tell you exactly where he's playing.
To be honest, did you see him play last week? First game after a while with all that family issues, but I like him in a different club now. I think he needed to get away from the Broncos.
Another Knights junior.
Yeah, Sione Matauti is kid's godfather.
Yeah, they're very good friends. So South Newcastle juniors. So he's on the interchange bench. So
so that'll be hard to beat.
Yeah.
No. So there's return to Toto. Then Fisher-Harris will provide a big change there.
Yeah.
But some good games. But
should be a weekend of footy.
while we're on the South Newcastle, Ben Simmons, basketball player.
Yep.
Apparently, I did hear that he used to play for South Newcastle juniors.
Yes. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, no.
He's
Actually,
Newcastle
school with his
career.
sister.
Yeah, I remember his dad running around for the in the basketball in Newcastle for the Falcons.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, David and Willie.
Yeah.
Simmons. Yeah. I back in the day when I used to play, I played against David.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, they can play. They can play. I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, his young bloke can play too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But no, they were good players. So anyway, it's that time of week, Andy.
Bald predictions,
Predictions.
Yeah. Well, this week, mate, I'm going to go with your mate Jesse Sue to score a try. That's my bald prediction.
You took mine too, buddy.
I'm going to go even further. I'm going to say he's going to be the first try scorer.
Ooh. Yeah, well, I hope you're right because that was one of my ball predictions was Jesse Sue to score.
Okay.
Right next to the post. No, that's a good thing. Right next to the post, and I think Kurt Mann will get across this week as well.
Oh, I hope so.
Watch out for the Smitterhand if he does, I reckon.
Yeah. Kurt Mann keeps getting better and better every week in the centres too. He's looking really good.
Yeah, well, that's it too. And a lot of players have given him, a bad rap, but he just keeps going. He keeps trying. He's passionate about the Knights. He wants to play for the jersey. That's what you want.
He's playing some good footy at the moment, so
that's right. That's right. Yeah, Jono.
Well, one of my bold predictions was Eels beating the Storm, but I reckon the Knights are going to get a 1-point victory over the Titans with a Jake Clifford field goal.
I'd take that.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you're spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there might be something in this. There might be a bit of a pattern. So me and Andy have said about our man Jesse Sue and you and Brendan about Clifford. So maybe we're onto something here.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully.
Well,
hey, I'll take it if it's only 1 point. I don't care as long as we get the win.
No, I think you're spot on. I think that's exactly what's going to happen because the games are getting like I saw that with the Penrith game. It's every point counts now, and Clifford did that last week with the 2 points. The penalty goal. Every point now could mean the difference between winning or going into golden point or something like that. But yeah, no, I think Jake Clifford's going to score a try. And I think Kurt Mann and Anari Tuala, they're both going to they're going to have a try each as well.
Very good. We're going to score some points this weekend.
I think so. Good. I think it's going to be pretty scary.
Yeah,
in a good way.
Good stuff.
That's it. And another good week of footy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Smitter, that even with the exception of the Knights game, there's actually going to be some bloody good games of teams that I don't even follow, but it's going to be pretty exciting.
Exciting game of footy.
Some crackers of a game. So, we're all doing the right thing with lockdown and keeping ourselves locked up. So let's just lock up and watch the footy.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, also don't forget special mention to Cessnock under 12 Golds. They are the winners of our Knights Junior League of the Team of the Year. So they took it out this year, but probably next week we might have them on the show and congratulate them officially.
Yeah, beautiful. Good job.
So,
well done, guys.
Yeah.
Well done, guys.
Yeah, good stuff.
Congrats to them. And also keep an eye out if you've got a sped, a couple of bucks or, of a company that wants to help out. There's a young girl, Pippa Kelly. She's got brain cancer, I believe. She's only a young girl, 4-year-old, I believe. And, things aren't real good for her and young mum and dad. So jump on Newcastle Live or even our site, and there'll be a link there if you can donate a couple of dollars to help her out, poor bugger. So, or anything you could even donate for him to auction off, any sport and memorabilia, anything else. Yeah, jump on and have a squiz at that, and if you can, by all means.
Yeah, and Beyond Blue as well. Don't forget we're still trying to raise a little bit of money for Beyond Blue. So please, I know it's hard at the moment. Not everyone's got a spare dollar, but if you do,
yeah, that's right. But our Beyond Blue, that'll keep going until we reach it. So
yeah, 100%.
Because times are tough, especially over COVID. But as I said, stand up, speak out, reach out, don't hold it in. But that's us for this week, boys. Big Andy, Jono, and Brendan. But don't forget, keep an eye out and watch Tracy Mack in the morning on Thursday morning, I believe, with Mr. Tui for some all nights and news. So until next week, boys, enjoy your footy.
Yeah.
And
Go
that's
the
us for Go the Knights.
Up the red and blue.
Next week. Yeah. Catch you next week on Nighttime.
Yeah.
Come on, people, listen now, 'cause I don't think